How did you like that, guys?
We had so much fun. And then there's a lot more clips to show, but we went to Seattle and we actually went to Portland because, as you guys know, I like to travel, but I also like a great deal. We know this. So when looking for flights to go to Seattle, I realized that flights were very much more cheap. Is that grammatically correct? Anyway, flights were cheaper to go to Portland and then just do a
Was it the flight or was it the hotel?
Actually, it was a collection of the flight and the hotel. It was just cheaper to stay in Portland. And then there were other cool stuff to do in Portland as well. So I figured, well, let's just also make it a road trip because I love road trips.
So what we were there for, I don't know if the video showed any of the signage, but it was for what they call PAX West.
Oh, I will hold mine.
PAX, it literally stands for the Penny Arcade Expo.
You know, I didn't know that.
Oh wow! Well, hey, it's helping. We're helping everyone learn today.
When you said
you
PAX,
learned along with everyone.
When you said PAX, so I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing because I did not do my research. Okay,
Penny Arcade Expo.
Arcade Expo. Nice.
And what it really is a coming together of. It's almost like a Comic-Con type of thing, but it's no comics, so it's not.
It's like a video con.
Yes, but it's more dedicated to indie games and like.
Old school, like games,
a lot of retro games.
Era.
When you think about an arcade, like I know nowadays, I think arcades don't even exist anymore. But it's like the old school.
Yeah.
You know, the 8-bit, the little pixelated games, like stuff like that. So because even like some of the games that we see that are new and being developed, they still have that old retro look because that's what they're about, trying to preserve that culture, that old retro game culture. So that's what it's really all about.
And what's cool is they have this event every year, and apparently
twice a year,
and they've been having it for years. So we just got kind of acclimated to the PAX community and what that's about. So they have one on the West Coast, which is where we went, in Seattle every year, and then they have East, which was in Boston, which we actually went to, but that's not what this video about. We'll do that one later.
West.
But yeah, so it was in Seattle. So we took the kids because you guys know we're also gamers. So we're a family that loves to travel and a family that loves to play, because they also had Nintendo Live
for the first time
in the US. At the same event. So I had signed up for it, oh my God, probably earlier that year, and I totally forgot about it. You had to register through Nintendo. It was like a lottery, a thing, like you couldn't pay for it. It was just like you had to be selected to go. And so I did it and then months later, they're like, congrats, you're chosen. So I'm like, we're going to Seattle because we all love Nintendo.
For all the teachers out there, no days of school were missed.
Oh, right. So we made sure that we were responsible with our traveling. And as you guys found out from the last episode, or just following us along, we try to do a trip every quarter. And that always kind of is around a holiday. Like we try to take advantage of the times when the kids aren't in school. So this just was perfect in terms of timing.
I think from now we could show some clips from Nintendo.
let's jump in and see some of the things that we saw. So we are standing here at Nintendo Live 2023 here in beautiful Seattle, Washington. We are super stoked. If you guys have been following us, you know that we are die-hard Nintendo fans and Marvel fans. But right now it's all about Nintendo. So continue to join in and we will see what's going on. Okay, bye. So this part I was super excited about and still am excited, even though it's like past already. But at the Nintendo Live, because we're gamers, yes, but a lot of you who know us know that we are very competitive as well. My husband probably more than myself.
Wow. I don't know what we're talking about.
Fine, I'm the competitive one. But all of our kids, like we have family game nights all the time. Like we're like healthy competitive.
So much so that we've been barred and banned
barred
from a few game nights.
Okay, that's not what this video is about.
Other associates / friends /
so
people we don't speak of anymore.
So anyway, they had a competition, like think of thousands of people that are there, okay? And so there were lots of tables, and then it was like a group of 8. That was like the first round. So you had to play and compete in that first round. And if you made it, like you had to win, then you made it to the other table for the second round.
And what they were playing Mario Kart on the Switch.
And then after that level, I think it was Super Mario Maker.
Yes.
And only the first place from that table made it to the final round, which was actually on stage during this live event that they had, and you competed against 4 players. So of course, naturally, all of our kids are gamers. They all wanted to do it. Ben and Lyric wanted to. Lyric did it, won the first table, went to the second table, won from the second table, and made it to the final round. Ben did it, but he like lost the first table, but he wanted to do it again.
Right, and there was no limited amount of time.
Yeah, you could keep trying. You could keep trying.
Because it's like free to enter. You just go on the line, just wait.
Just keep going on the line and waiting. But again, you're competing against a bunch of people. And so anyway, so he ended up doing the same. However, Lyric went, she made it to the final, and let's check out the video of what happened there.
Hey guys, so I'm super excited. We have 2 of our kids who actually made it to the final round of this thing they call Mario Dojo. So in a little bit, you're going to see Lyric on the stage competing against 3 other strangers. And yeah, let's see how she does. And then Benny also made it to the final round, so he'll be next. We're so excited. What's going to happen? I don't know. Let's see.
Know how this plays out. There are switches on the floor that are your platforms. You have to make sure that you hit each one, but if you hit one twice, it deactivates. So they have to hit every platform one single time. Then they can move on to the next segment of the course, and they have to do that 4 or 5 or 6 different times. It's pretty long.
Hello, player number 2. Tell us your name, and do you have a favorite Mario game?
My name is Lyric, and I would say that my favorite Mario game would be Mario Party 2, I think.
Nice. Classic.
3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go, starting off. So you can see this is a 3D platformer, and we'll activate some of the switches with an I'm third player, definitely knowing some bit about this game. That's a good amount of compensation going for.
Yeah, absolutely. Second player and first player are neck and neck right now, but there's a long way to go. So 3 and 4, easily catch up.
Oh yeah, this is one where especially one mistake can send you pretty far back. So you gotta take your time, you gotta be careful, especially at the moments where you can start to fall off. But this is one of the spots on third player with the most switches, so it's gonna take a little bit more time than the others, and the enemies there are one of the bigger issues.
Yeah, as you can see, they went down to that enemy, so now they're on their final life. So really gotta make sure to be careful here.
Yeah, you can see the speed slow down, and we actually have a lot of members catching up after that. The first one actually going to be second player to finish this particular part of the course.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
All right, yeah, the rest are starting to get through, but definitely a bit of a lead for player 2.
Yeah, now zooming around. This one, you got to catch the platform as it's moving, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit of a long time. I do like that jump, and that's going to be pretty clean, but third player jumping back into the lead. Actually, both of these players, third and second, neck and neck going to this final moment.
It is neck and neck. You can actually see the cat costume coming in handy here. Able to get a lot of agility to work around these.
Oh, and it does look like the final one first was second player, just 5.
You go, girl!
Second, congratulations!
Now that was a close one. A photo finish from player number 2 takes home the win, wins the controller. Congratulations. Do you have a Mario game in mind that you're going to play on that controller?
I do actually. I think maybe the Luigi's Mansion 2 remake whenever it comes out. Yeah.
Amazing. More Luigi love on the stage this time around. Love to see it. Congratulations to you and all of our contestants.
Thank you so much. You all did great. And now we're going to take it back to the desk.
Yes, she won.
Yes.
Congratulations again, honey. And so yeah, that was amazing. Benny made it to the final round. He was determined. I will give him that.
He had to play a game that he had never even heard of before.
Oh my gosh. So have you guys heard of Dr. Mario?
I love that game. It's from my childhood, so you know how old the game is.
So they would switch the games at the finale, and of course, just to mix it up. And so you couldn't like say, hey, let me come back and compete, and now you're better because you tried it before. It was always different. Needless to say, since that was his first time playing it ever, he didn't win. But
that was his downfall.
We still had fun. There were so many people dressed up as video game
characters. Ben, you'll see here, we have Ben. He's dressed up as Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Yep.
And, they had like a whole bunch of booths, but some with different new games or old games. Yeah. One of the games the kids got to play, and all of us, I don't know if you played it, Super Mario Wonder.
I played a little bit.
We got to play it, and this was like pre-release. It hadn't been released yet.
It was cool too because they had heard that Wonder was coming out, but it wasn't released yet. No, but they had like the games there, and you can come and you can play. So one of the other cool things about PAX was if you just want to play games.
Oh yeah, this was the fun.
So they have rooms. There's an Xbox room. There's a Nintendo room. PlayStation room. And you can go in, you give them your license because they need to hold something. And you can ask to play any game.
Not any game.
Okay, fine.
Let's set the expectations right.
A list.
They had a very exhaustive list.
A list.
Most of the popular ones, so it's probably going to be something on there that you would like to play.
Yes, okay,
for
but
whatever
thank you.
system.
So,
yeah, not every game.
So anyway, a lot of games, and you just say, hey, I want to play this. They're like, all right, cool, here's the game. Then you go into the other room, and there's just stations set up where you can play. And you can do this for hours. And then they have other little tournaments and dress up things. It was a fun event.
And it was really cool, and what I like about it is very accepting. I mean, because as a parent, you might have a kid who's a little socially quirky or whatever. So, and maybe they're into games or they're into like the cosplay. And this is a place where they could go and do that and don't feel any kind of
everyone's super
prejudice
welcoming.
about it.
They're
very friendly.
It was something else, I have to say. And so all in all, it was so good. We did it again, but on the East Coast.
But literally all the stuff we're talking about, that was just one day.
Oh yeah,
because this is like a 3-4 day event,
and they charge you for the day, or you can get the bundle for the whole weekend. But I already know my kids and even us.
We need a one day.
Yeah, just need one day. It sometimes is a lot. There were tens of thousands of people, and so like walking. And they had the one in Seattle, at least. It's like you're in this big building, and then you got to cross the street, to go down the road,
depending on what you
get to depending on what you want to do. So. For what you experience, it was worth it.
Back to Seattle.
Yes.
I don't think this was in Seattle that we did the nature walk.
Oh no, absolutely.
The nature walk was fun and a little bit dangerous, I would say.
Okay, so you guys know me, and he always talks about the list. So anytime we travel, there's an itinerary. Okay. So yes,
live and die by the itinerary.
The main event was the PAX and the Nintendo Live. But then, of course, I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a waterfall. Nature walk that we could go on just, to see the beautiful falls. And I'm like, in Portland. And so I'm like, all right, which is perfect. We're already staying in Portland. So we drive back the next day. And first we pull up and it was totally normal. I saw another family was kind of getting out. They had a dog. So I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense. Probably just going to be a couple of rocks.
When the sign says like, 1.5 miles or something.
That's the first thing the sign was like, you're about a mile and a half away.
Whenever I go walking, I do like 3 miles. But you know what? It's always this.
On the road.
It's always this. But when you go to a place and you gotta do this and this
and this
and then go back up.
And you're on rocks. Okay, this was probably one of the times I was legitimately
and there are no guardrails.
A little afraid.
For anything.
You walk the path, but you're now on like rocks, and like he said, no guardrails whatsoever. And at some point you're pretty high up there, okay? So it was like, okay, lots of prayer. And then you guys can see we finally made it to the falls, which it was beautiful and perfect, and it made it worth it.
Hey everyone, so we are here at the beautiful Bridal Veil Falls in Portland, Oregon, and it is so beautiful. If you're ever in Portland, Oregon, you have to come out and check it out. It is beautiful. full. And so here it is, guys, Bridal Veil Falls here in Portland.
Ended the trip by visiting it's like
an amusement park. Okay, if you have ever been to a carnival,
like a local carnival.
Yeah, it's like a carnival type of thing.
It was Oaks Park.
Amusement Park.
Oaks Amusement Park.
In Oregon.
And as always, when you're traveling, I always say this: try your best to look in the area. If you're traveling with kids, what are some fun things to do in wherever you're at? For kids, look online, look on Coupon, look on GoCity, look everywhere, just so you get some ideas on some things that you can do. So this place came up.
Yeah.
And it was cool. They had slides.
They had a Ferris wheel.
They had like a Ferris wheel. We got some funnel cakes.
They had this one thing me and Ben went on. I don't know if you got video of that. That would have been cool. But it went upside down. No, actually, it was two versions. There's the version that doesn't go upside down. It does like this and go there. And then there's a next line for all the pools. Just want to go all the way upside down. We decided halfway through. I said, okay, we're gonna switch to the reg because I was going by myself.
You were like, you're gonna go the one that flips on.
I was going by myself, and then Ben decided to join me, and I said, you know what? Let's go in the regular line
just to
play it safe.
Yeah, that was a smart call.
We didn't want to end up in the news for anything. So. But it was cool, and I think I do have some video guys doing the little roller coaster thing. Yeah, so we did that, and I think we also got the first time I think we tried the funnel cakes.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the first time I had it.
It's almost like a donut or a hush puppy, but just
like
fried
donut.
It's like a squiggly line of donut hush puppy.
I have to say that's probably one of the most unhealthy things that I've eaten.
Yeah,
just even when she was frying it, I was looking like that oil has not been changed in like decades.
Oh yeah, that oil.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it was great. I like to do different stuff. So we had the PAX, convention with games, and then we did a nice nature walk, and then amusement park. So it was good.
It was really fun.
Yeah, and that was our Seattle/Portland PAX/Nintendo Live trip.
That's not confusing at all.
But again, guys, if you want to experience this, you totally can. Go to, I think it's PAX.com. If not, just Google PAX. You'll find it. There's West, there's East. They have it every single year, and check it out. You'll have
at least
fun.
Once.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
All right, that's all we got. We'll catch you guys up with some more stuff later. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.